I try to aim for a good balance and mix between Cars, Cars Toon, Cars 2, and Cars 3 diecast in these Forlorn Favorites episodes, but honestly, it's kind of hard to come up with ones from Cars 3. Maybe it's because it's only like 5 years old. Maybe it's because people still kind of talk about them, or maybe it's because simply none of them have become that forlorn. Mattel has released them multiple times for the most part, and a lot of the stuff, like I said, is relatively new and fresh in our minds. But there was not a shadow of a doubt in my mind that Cars 3 Jeff Gorvette is the most forlorn diecast to be released in the entire Cars 3 diecast line. Out of any Cars 3 character released as a diecast, he trumps them all. Only released in a 2-pack with The King in 2017, and it became extremely rare, and then everyone just forgot about it. And in my opinion, it's an extremely underrated cameo. It's literally Jeff Gordon coming back to reprise his role from Cars 2. It's one of the only connections to that second movie that comes in the third. So yeah, guys, welcome back to Forlorn Favorites. This is episode 2 of season 3, or the 30th chapter all time. I hope you guys enjoyed episode 1 there with Dirks and Diagostino. And to reiterate, there will be 7 episodes here into the spring, and then there will be 7 more as the summer transitions into the fall. So there will be basically, my summer break will be the mid-season break, and I'm doing this just to add a little bit more diverse content to the times when I'm away at school, so you guys aren't just getting pounded every week with Forlorn Favorites. There will be other stuff intermixed as well. So without any further rambling, we're going to get right into the video here by showing his brief appearance in Cars 3. I believe he just says to McQueen, "Win one for us old timers," something along those lines. I wish he had a larger role, but I'm just glad he appeared. Like, I'm glad that a character from Cars 2 came back for the movie. You can argue that Lewis Hamilton kind of did, because he's that automated system that Cruz Ramirez used to train McQueen, but that doesn't really count in my opinion. I think it's something that Lewis Hamilton developed within the Cars universe and sold as like a product, but obviously that isn't Lewis Hamilton himself. Like, it isn't the physical car showing up on screen. So yeah, that's why I really do like this cameo. Now, there are some things about the diecast I don't like, and that is the fact that Mattel copy and pasted the expression from the World Grand Prix Cars 2 version onto the Cars 3 version. If you saw him in the movie there, he's talking to like he's a reporter, he's basically part of the media now. He's doing some sort of interview. He's not growling like he's on the racetrack like he is here. So I'm a little disappointed about that. I wish they changed it. And then also, if you guys remember, way back when Jeff Gorvette was first released in 2010, not only was he a unibody, meaning that there was a crack right here separating the metal base from the plastic mouthplate, but he did not have this Corvette logo, which of course is accurate to the movie, so that was not there. And then later on, they added the Corvette logo and obviously made him a unibody, which is why this is a really good version of him. He does not have that Corvette logo on this version. Now, granted, he is a unibody, but it just opens the door for Mattel to hopefully correct it in the future, and therefore you'll have yet another variant. But either way, it would have been a variant because he would have now been released from Thailand or Vietnam. So it's not that big of a deal, but something worth mentioning. He still has like all those hood textures. You have the bolts right there. You have these graded lines. Same headlights, same rims. I like how mine, like there's a chunk of the silver rim that's kind of getting eaten by the tire there, a little blemish of the paint there. Now, he has this World Grand Prix version of a logo. He's got the American emblem like cut in that same shape with the 24 now enlarged to make up for the missing space from the World Grand Prix logo, which obviously is done and removed. All in all, World Grand Prix, that is all gone. No more American decal, which makes sense because he's not racing in an international race anymore. And he added these flames, which look really cool. I like them a lot. They're classic and they're simple, and they just add a nice little touch to them. Now, instead of just having the exhaust pipe being present right there, as you can see, it's just chilling right there. They actually made it all gray around it. It's like a little teardrop shape. But you still have like those gray bolts right there, that black circle. I don't know what any of that really means or what it does, but it's nice detailing. Nothing on the roof. He's got the same spoiler, but they just wiped the decal off. On the back here, you have your classic taillights for any Corvette. You have that same 24 American flag logo. And then probably one of the best details to him is this new license plate. A California license plate that reads JOG-04G. I think I said that right. I struggle reading sometimes. I know it sounds bad, but no, I'm just like, when I'm thinking about so many things, I struggle to just like mention the letters. But anyway, J08. I think I said G there. What am I doing? -04G. There you go, Disney Docket. Anyway, obviously the initials for Jeff Gorvette, and then I believe that is the birthday for Jeff Gordon, August 4th, the 8th month and the 4th day of the 8th month. And so that's really cool. Obviously, Jeff Gordon voiced Jeff Gorvette in Cars 2 and Cars 3, and he's obviously based off of him in real life, of course. Real life NASCAR driver Jeff Gordon. So that's really cool. Happy about that. It's hard to say. Like, if I were to ask you guys, which is your favorite version of Jeff, I feel like all of us would probably say the World Grand Prix version because it's just so much more detailed. But it's nice that Pixar was able to kind of casualize him and put him in Cars 3. So happy about that. And he still looks pretty good with his whole team here. You have Turbo Bullock, the Pity, John Lasseter, his crew chief, who's also based on a real life person. Obviously the director, John Lasseter. And then you have his tool card here, which actually gives us a bigger look at that logo that he used. And now he's using a version of it. Nice. And then here you have some of the cars that he apparently interacted with in the movie. He never interacted with the King, but Mattel put him in a 2-pack with the King. And surprisingly enough, we knew about this 2-pack in September of 2016. That is when Take 5 Day dumped a ton of the diecast lists onto the internet. And I don't know how they were able to do that, because that was like almost a year in advance of the movie coming out. It was a year in advance for this 2-pack specifically. And so we knew about his cameo and even the King's. Obviously, the King is a little less special. It's a little less of a cameo because he has a larger role in the film, but still, we knew that those characters were returning, and that's why it actually really hyped us up. But he only really speaks to Lightning McQueen in the movie, like I said earlier, and he looks pretty cool with him there. Could do a nice little then and now sequence. And then I brought Smokey out, Hot Rod Smokey, because I wanted to compare their flames. They're pretty similar. Jeff Gorvette's are a little thinner, I'd say. They aren't as thick. They also have a black outline instead of the white outline. And they're a little different shape. But overall, same kind of look and vibe. So that is all, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed the second episode of Forlorn Favorites Season 3. I know you guys might be leaving suggestions down in the comments on who I should review next, but all these videos are pre-recorded for the first half of the season, so I guess you can still, but don't expect them to possibly come to fruition until the second half of the season. So that will be the 8th episode of Season 3 that will drop sometime in maybe late August or early September of 2022. Thank you guys for watching. See you soon. Bye now.